What's going on with all this rock and roll? Sir, are you there?
Yes, I am here. How you
What's
doing?
up, my man? How you doing?
I was just working on some other stuff.
Nice. Hey, welcome everybody. This is the first time Loc is on our channel. For those who don't know, Loc's an artist. I met him through the comic book community. He causes a lot of drama with this guy called Razor.
Tons of drama.
Tons of drama. They're a bunch of troublemakers. I'm telling you. They're whoo-wee. They should make like a Housewives of comic book community.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the main screen, man. What you got going on your screen right there?
I'm working on a commission piece.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Let's see if I can. I just finished. I just finished a digital painting for Ben Dunn's. Let's see if I can. So Ninja High School, shiny ass.
Is that a Psylocke?
No, it's kind of like a Psylocke, but her name is Ichiku. For Antarctic Press 40th anniversary edition. You know, they you ever heard of what do you call it? Warrior Nun?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a series created by Antarctic Press.
Nice. So that when it's digital, it's just basically it's all on the pad on the PC. There's no.
Well, I paint that on the PC. I paint that on the PC, right? So this file just got sent. So it's going to be in the book somehow. I don't know if it's going to be a cover or a 40th anniversary insert for the book or something like that. Let's see if the camera can focus. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. With
very nice, man.
Shiny, what is that? Ash shine too. It has ash shine.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the gleam. Hey, bring up that amazing fantasy, man. So what's going on? You said this is a commission. So for those who know, a commission is somebody that hires you to do this, right?
Yes. So the way this. So here is the amazing fantasy. So the way this works is either somebody reaches out to me on Instagram, or most of the time it's Instagram. Other times it will be on my Whatnot stream, right?
Okay.
And so they pretty much, I send them a link to a Google spreadsheet that consists of all my blank sketch covers, right?
Okay.
So that's how that works. And once I go through the list, I have like on average 3 of each book, going all the way back till whatever, right? Then people would pick a book they want. Then they tell me what they want on it. So it varies from like if I'm doing just a one side or a complete wraparound.
Okay.
Right. So the wraparound you're looking at here is about $300-400, depending on how much work I do. Right.
Yeah.
So in this case, they wanted Spider-Man versus Sinister Six. So before I even draw on this is what I do. I take my.
There you go. Look at this inside, behind the scenes, folks. Behind the scenes. Look at
this. Yeah. So I get a list of characters, and I'm like, okay, so how do I go about doing this? And I start like coming up with ideas of, okay, so this guy's, Spider-Man jumping out of the way, and these other characters. So I think I had this as the Sandman coming over. I think this is the Rhino. Doc Ock, the Vulture, Electrode, firing something like that, right? So the idea is to make you kind of turn to look at the back too. And at first, I go through it. I'm like, there's something off about this. I really don't like it. Then I kind of clean that up a little bit more, so you can see. So I kind of like this part where you see Spider-Man in the frame, but I don't need to draw the complete Spider-Man because you know who it is,
Yes, correct.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm doing this. You can see the lines that, right? So I'm trying to make everybody kind of like
Yeah. What do you call it? Point of view lines or
point of view lines. Yeah. So it's more. So I had Mysterio looking this way, blah blah blah, and it became kind of like a hodgepodge of stuff. Then I was like, you know what? There's I found out that Rhinox, the Rhino, wasn't. I keep calling him Rhinox. That's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Rhino isn't a part of the Sinister Six, not the book that the client wanted. So I went through the list, and it was the Sandman.
The Sandman. Yeah.
So I came up with an idea where, okay, so I had Craven the Hunter throwing a spear, right?
Yeah.
But he's really, really tiny at the back. But I kind of like, what I did here, right? He's kind of like using Rhino's arm, his size, to jump over.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so just thinking that, just put that in the back of your mind for a bit. So I had the vulture flying through here, and his wing would go over, and it was like, so this is where the logo is going to be, right? Then I had these thought of Doc Ock and him shooting. Then I had Mysterio. Right now it's kind of hard to see, but he's tangled in Spider-Man's web, and he's trying to rip it off his helmet, kind of thing. So, but he was, so everything now is going like this way, right? So it makes you want to look in this direction, right? So that was the concept. Then I said, okay, I kind of like this. I'm going to start laying it down. So I ended up with, so what you're seeing here
Nice.
is, so I switched them around because I didn't want to paint over the Amazing Fantasy. The only part I'm going to paint over is just right around here and maybe right here in the 15 cents, right? Just to cover it up like whiteout, for example, right? But it will be acrylic paint. So I had him flying in this way. So he's pretty much, you can see him looking at him, right? You got the Sandman going down. So this is the angle, right? But if you notice, here's the tentacle going through
the sand,
right? Bringing it here. So if you only had half this page, right, you kind of see bits and pieces to make you turn, you know what I mean, to look at the back. So here I threw him right on top, so he's using the sand, right? So I had to come up with I need to use this arc here somehow to make it look like just to bring the character off the ground, right? Then because Doc Ock and these guys were in the back, excuse me. So what you're seeing is, so I'm having them tied up with web, so as if they're struggling to break free. So you can see there'll be webbing on here as he breaks. You know what I mean? His tentacles.
Yeah.
At the same time, So as you see, so I got him tangled in the web. So most of these guys are
see that.
Right?
That's awesome.
Right? Then the same thing with Electrode, right? But this time, because I didn't want both of his arm, as if he's struggling to break free, and he's got one arm free, and he's using his blaster, right, to send this way.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to like put lightning bolts right off the arm to as if it's carrying a charge, right? So this is what I'm doing is I'm making you focus yourself right here. So all the light source will come from this spot here. And, it will be lit up here. It will be dark around the edges, right? Just enough for you to see. So mainly...
I got to tell you. Yeah. I got to tell you, this is the first time I've ever seen you draw dudes. Every time you're on Razor, it's those chicks and bigger boobs, and this is the first time I'm.
Everybody wants boobs. Everyone wants.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, Vulture with a pair of boobs or anything, but that's this is from like I just realized this is the first time I've seen your I like these dudes. They look good.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all.
all about planning, right? What I
Yeah,
plan
yeah,
when I lay out a book, I want to do as if it was like, because a cover is based on like an action event that makes you want to look into the book, right? That's the thing, right?
yeah.
And so that's what and he liked it.
What don't did you finish it, color it in, or it was just
I this is just my pencil. So the next step is what I do is I go in with a micron, so it's a fine tip, and I kind of do just like as if I'm doing
that's
like a
what's called
coloring book.
inking?
I'm kind of pre-inking,
Okay.
but it's really thin lines. So then after that is I will use either acrylic and a combination of markers, right, to create the lights and the effects. So my before I even do any of this stuff, so really what I'm doing now is just planning. So I walk away for a day and I'm thinking, okay, so how do I want to light this? And so far the only thing I came up with is this lightning bolt here.
Mhm.
So he's shooting a lot of the stuff off. So everything else will be in shadows. So I want to use that here to light up the characters on this side, right? So that way, the back here is in shadow, 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 shadow kind of stuff. Then I would go in and after I'm done, then I do the brush pen, right? So it's basically just a brush with ink, and that's my final inking process. Because normally what I do is it looks very muddy. So when I'm working on pieces, so I do this something like this, right? So here's magic, right? So it looks very, very muddy. It doesn't look like anything right now, right? But what happens is I go in and I work with paint and I start to build up the layers. Once that is done, once the layer is done, I go in and I put the blacks back in. So for example, here we go.
Nice. Venom. I'm a
Right?
carnage. Yeah.
So if you look very carefully, it's just orange, red, and white. That's really what that is, and yellow, right? So you can see my brush strokes. See, it's just
Yeah.
right the reflection the
Mhm.
off of it. That is the same thing even when I do right. So it's hard to see, but I bring the black like the ink back, right? Sometimes I don't I plan it where
Oh, I like
like
that, Doctor Doom.
yeah, it's very very muddy. It has that gritty look, and all it was just gray. It was just gray paint. Well, my base there's usually a base that I do. Base is basically like a color tone that I use. So I did this wash in the back, and it looks really horrible right now, right? But that is my color tone, that orange, and I go over it, and it caused these textures that I like, right? So that's what you're seeing. That's how I think in paint and stuff like that. There's a lot of splatters and
Is this just because I don't know, and is just a technique, or this is just you freestyling, or
it's just a technique, I guess. It's like most when you see painters do stuff, they don't paint directly onto white. They do a wash first,
Yeah.
right?
you got to put your as a house painter, you're gonna paint the walls red. You got to put a little primer on there with a color.
Exactly. So the primer itself is basically what they call a wash at the end. What happens is if you paint directly on a white surface, your color mixing will be blown out later on as you fill it in, right? But if you have something that is very neutral and flat, that isn't white, you know what I mean? Like if you put red next to white, right? It just pops. It blows everything up. And if you're trying to mix pink on a white surface, and you know what I mean? You keep mixing, you add white, 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 and the pink still for some reason really bright, and you don't want it. You want to flatten it down. That was because of the white itself of the paper, right? So it's one of those techniques. When I do digital painting, I don't paint directly on white surface. I paint on a gray surface, right? I start gray because
primer gray.
Yeah, right. Gray is a neutral tone, right? And you don't want to blow out the colors, right? So things like here, right? So here's the Hellboy.
Nice.
See that? There's see all the my paint strokes. It creates this beautiful texture. It has this beautiful feel to it, right? And
I like how it's like you said, it's gritty.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's still well lit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. The colors are still popping through the grit. You know what I'm saying. I like that.
Yeah, it's really what it is playing with your eye, the texture. If you're staring at the brushstroke, you'll see the brushstroke. Like you'll see the brushstroke, right? It looks very dirty, but from an overall perspective later on, this is what you're like. Like if you go up to a painting and you put your nose right against it, you're going to see all the details, all the brushstrokes and stuff. But if you stand 10 feet back, right, the overall image is like the composition that you like or something like that, right? Just me doing this little bit of stuff, right? It doesn't look like anything. It looks, but from an overall perspective of the image, everything kind of comes together. It's very minute amount, right? It's very subtle. And that's really what this stuff is.
Very cool, man. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, no worries.
That's mad cool, man. And then I like your style, I like your art, especially your Dr. Hawk. These guys look badass. I like your style, man. It reminds me of
very 90s.
Yeah. Well, that's my generation. That's where I stopped collecting around there.
Exactly, right? When I do a cover, it's I try to keep it within whatever it is, because the characters in the uniforms, this is Rob Fatstack, I think, was the one that commissioned me for this piece. He does the
stay with covers. Are you okay? Do you do panels as well, or
do I do internal?
Yeah,
like I do, but I don't like doing them.
Okay.
They're more of a grind than anything else. I really don't like doing them. I can do them, but I'm very slow at it, right? If I'm doing storyboards, it's a lot quicker because I don't have to put a lot of detail into them, right? But if I have to do panels, so that's my panel.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like it on how the full page is a panel too. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, man.
Right. It's my storyboarding stuff. So this is what we give away these for free up here in the Great White North.
Who's we, Loc? You're in a different part of the YouTube right now. Who's we?
We as in MAD, Mother Against Drunk Driving.
And you're from Canada, right? You're Canadian right now?
I'm Canadian, yes, but right now it's only available in Canada, but I think they're going to start printing it in the US. Right?
MAD. No alcohol, no drugs, no victims.
Yeah. Back in the early 80s, there was a lot of drunk driver stuff. So
yeah, it was Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
That's exactly what this is, right? Mm-hmm. So the concept was these grade 12 wrote the story, like that's what they did, right?
Nice.
And then I do a lot of volunteer work for creating graphic designs for these organizations, just to give back to the community stuff. And they said, "Oh, you do comic book," so they asked me to take the kids' sequence and I turned it.
I like that style, man. I like how you're either that full page what do you call that? A full page, a splash? No, right? It's a
Yeah,
full
yeah,
page.
using the whole page,
Yeah, I like
right?
that. Using the whole page as a panel, man. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that.
so you can
It looks so
see
cinematic. Yeah.
it is my film background. That's really what this stuff is.
You see, I called it.
Yeah, it's very film background, right? So I'm breaking out of the, so the idea is the guy he breaks the rail because
Yeah,
he's drunk, right? And he splashes. So I'm using the splash to bring. So that's the idea, right? So from a comic perspective, when you draw these things, you want to lead the readers to the next panel. So the way I did that was having the character look down, right?
got you. Yeah.
Right. So from the kids' perspective, when they did it, see how the characters is looking into the frame
Uh-huh. Yeah.
like that. See how the car and the whole bit, right? I knew exactly what they're trying to tell, but it's based on experience, right? So I'm looking down, but I also want you to look at the vehicle that's coming. So, and I'm using this road direction, right, to lead you to the next frame. So that's what I'm doing here.
There you go. Your lines again. You see the same lines that Spidey was looking at the Sinister Six.
Yeah, yeah. So again, so right then, here's the right because you're looking at her. So I'm kind of keeping her in that spot, right? So you expect it to be because the vehicle is the thing that changes.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Mhm.
this. So, like, they gave you this story. Now you got to think. Green car. How is your what do you call that? Your clip art bank in your head. You understand what I'm saying? Like, do you always go to the same type of? I got to draw an ambulance. I like drawing this style ambulance, or I gotta do like or you gotta like research it. Like, oh man, how do you?
I have to research it based on the area that's in the EMT vehicles, uh, because the idea is to have these people
Because I don't
on.
see no Mounties. I don't see no.
There's no Mounties,
I
right?
don't see
Because
no Mounties.
we just want to keep it. We just want to keep it very generic,
Okay.
right? Right.
Cross
But
America.
I did add some diversity
There
characters
you
in there,
go.
just a hint
The
of
one
stuff.
guy.
Right. The one guy and
The
maybe
one
a
guy
woman
bringing
here as
shawarma
an
to the cops.
EMT,
Yeah.
right? So
Crazy.
that's all it is. See if the way I plan this is if you notice the vehicles where I put the vehicles, they are in the same, right? So you
Yeah.
got to keep it because
Yeah. Oh,
the way I saw it was okay. She's coming out of the water. She's got to go on back where the break is, where the cops. How does the EMT get there so they can get the ambulance in place? The fire truck is over here, which is over here, right? The police car, there's the police car, right? There's a tow truck there, but I'm using the whole page, right? So I'm nesting everything inside that page to tell the story, right?
nice.
Which gives it a little bit better because I'm using the night sky up here. So the night sky is basically it's all really like I don't know if it was planned or intentional. Sometimes afterwards I look at it as like shit. I just excuse my French. I did that where it's like I'm using the night sky because she's diving down, right?
Yeah.
From the sky. So that's really what
Yes. Yeah. Way to put it that way. That's cool.
right.
Hey, I got an idea. I've been thinking about this. I got an idea, and I would love to have some of you guys all together. And I'm gonna tell you, like all you guys, all you comic book guys that draw, you illustrators, and just for fun one night, I'm gonna be like, I need you guys to do this. Go.
Right.
And then yeah. It's yeah.
That
I've been
is
thinking
a
about
lot of
it.
fun, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Were you on with this with Razor when I drew Razor as a breakdancer?
No, that
Okay,
would be fun. That would be fun.
Razor.
Roscoe, I don't know if you know Roscoe. Between I think it's called Between the Lines. Roscoe used to do a lot like every Monday night around 9 o'clock. He
Uh-huh.
would bring on an artist, and it was then him and the guest artist would draw based on a theme for that night.
Gotcha.
And the it would be something like you would just talk about stuff like Roscoe would go, is hot dog a sandwich, is those kind of things, and people in the chat would chime in. It was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah. I got this is actually a real property. This is an actual real property.
Right.
And then I was thinking about it because the other night when we were messing around and Razor, we're having fun, and Razor was just like, "Oh man, we got all these artists. This is amazing." And then I drew a stick figure. I drew a stick figure of Razor breakdancing because we were talking about him breakdancing back in the day. And then I'm like, I put it up to the screen. I'm like, "What did you do, comic book guru?"
That's right.
We're having a blast. Loc,
it's a lot of fun because a lot of us the problem with the artist thing is if for me, when we do the what do you call it, Pictionary thing with the family.
Yeah, see, I want to do that because I do games. I do Family Feud and with YouTube pages, and I would love to do. I said that the other day. I would love to do Pictionary with you guys.
Yeah, and a lot of us are sitting there. We're trying to draw this detailed image, and the wives are sitting there like, okay, you're
still erasing.
That's right.
That is awesome. Hey, Loc, man, thanks for jumping on. I'm about to jump. I jumped on to test some equipment. We're streaming. I was practicing streaming on multiple platforms.
That's cool.
And working on different things. And when I saw you there, I'm like, oh shit, my first live person to jump on.
I didn't know you were going live, so
yeah, I didn't know either. I was about to go watch my shows now with my wife, and then I was just like, let me just test this out real quick. But yeah, man, you're on just Instagram, right?
Yeah, find me on Instagram. I'm on YouTube too, but
right. I'll hit you up.
If you hit my Instagram, it'll link you to all my socials. So
I'll hit you up on the Insta, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, Loc. Have a good night, man. I'll talk to you real soon.
Later, man.
Thanks, brother.